Kyle Larson has started 47 Superspeedway races. Daytona and Talladega, 14 seasons, 2 championships, 32 wins. And he has never won one of them. Not once. 426 starts. 32 wins. 11,001 laps led. That is the headline. Here is the shape underneath it. He debuted in 2013, 4 races in the number 51 for Harry Scott Jr., 1 lap led all year. In 2014, he moved to the Chip Ganassi number 42 with Chris Harroy on the box, ran the full season, and took Rookie of the Year with 17 top 10s. Average finish 14.2, and he gained an average of 1.5 positions per race. That is one of only 3 seasons in his whole career where he finished better than he started. Then 2015 went wrong. Average finish fell to 19.3. He gave back nearly 6 positions a race. And he only made 35 starts because he fainted at an autograph session at Martinsville that March, dehydrated after 2 practice sessions, and never got medical clearance for Sunday. Regan Smith drove the car. 2016 is where it turns. Ganassi replaced Chris Harroy with Chad Johnston. Laps led per start went from 3.3 to 10.5. And in August, at Michigan, on fuel mileage, holding off Kevin Harvick, Kyle Larson finally won a Cup race. It was his 99th start. Then he got fast. 2017, 37.6 laps led per start, 4 wins, an average start of 11.3. Hold on to that number, because 37.6 at Ganassi is more than he has led per start in 2022, 2023, 2025, or 2026, driving for Hendrick. 2018 is the strangest season in the file. Best average finish of his Ganassi career at 12.6, 12 top 5s, 21.7 laps led per start. 0 wins. The fastest winless season anyone has run in that car. 2019 slipped back to 14.7 laps, led per start. 1 win at Dover, and a 22% DNF rate, the worst of his career. Then, 2020, stops. On April 12th, during a publicly broadcast iRacing event, Larson used a racial slur, believing his microphone was private. NASCAR suspended him indefinitely the next day. Chip Ganassi Racing terminated him the day after that. He completed the sensitivity training NASCAR required, hired a diversity coach, spent months meeting with black leaders inside and outside the sport, and was reinstated on October 19th. He spent that year on dirt and won 12 World of Outlaws sprint car races. Later the same month, Hendrick Motorsports signed him to drive the number 5. The 4 races he ran before the suspension were the best 4-race stretch of his Ganassi career. Average start, 6.8. Average finish, 11. No DNFs. Then 2021 happened, and there is nothing else like it in the data. 71.7 laps led per start. 2,581 laps led in a single season, which is 23.5% of every lap he has led in his entire career. 10 wins in 36 starts. Average finish, 9.1. A championship. And here is the part almost nobody says out loud. In 2022, it fell off a cliff. 71.7 laps led per start became 17.6, a 75% collapse in one offseason, with the same team, the same car number, the same crew chief, and the same driver. What changed was the car. 2022 was the debut season of the next-gen chassis across the entire Cup field. His position swing that year was -6.22, and his average finish, 14.1, was worse than his 2018 season at Ganassi. He got some of it back. 2023 recovered to 31.3 laps led per start and 4 wins, though the DNF rate hit 22% again. 2024 was the best Hendrick season since the title year. 48.6 laps led per start, 6 wins, 1,700 laps led. And one night at Bristol in September, he led 462 of 500 laps, the most dominant single race in the whole file. 2024 shows 35 starts, not 36, and that is the Indianapolis 500 and Coca-Cola 600 double. Rain pushed Indy back. He finished 18th there. The same weather beat him to Charlotte. The 600 was called after 249 laps, and he never got in the car. Justin Allgaier drove it. 2025 brought the second championship. He finished third in the title race at Phoenix. Ryan Blaney won it, and Larson took the trophy as the highest finishing championship for driver after Cliff Daniels called for 2 tires in overtime. He is the 18th multiple-time Cup champion, and the third to do it for Hendrick after Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon. But look at how he won it. Less than half the speed of his 2021 title year. Now the two findings that contradict the story people tell about him. The first is the Superspeedways. 47 starts at Daytona and Talladega, 0 wins, 12.2% win rate on road courses, 8.9 on intermediates, 6.2 on short tracks, and 0 on the plate tracks. This is not bad luck. His DNF rate at Daytona and Talladega is 34%. On intermediates, it is 15.3. On short tracks, 7.8. On road courses, 4.1. He wrecks out of a third of every superspeedway race he enters, more than 4 times as often as he does on a short track. Daytona at 21 and Talladega at 22 are the 2 worst average finishes of his career at any track he has run 5 times or more. The second finding is harder. Everyone says Ganassi wasted him and Hendrick unlocked him. Half of that is true. Over 223 starts at Ganassi, he led 14.4 laps per start and qualified 13th on average. Over 203 starts at Hendrick, he leads 38.4 and qualifies 9th. The speed nearly tripled, but his position swing went the other way. At Ganassi, he lost 1.33 positions per race. At Hendrick, he loses 4.31. In the better car, from the better starting spot, he gives back 3 more positions every week than he did in the car everyone calls inferior. Short tracks are the one place Hendrick genuinely fixed him, 13.5 down to 9.6. The Superspeedways barely moved. Which brings it to now. 2026 is, by that measure, the worst season he has ever run. He starts 9.8 and finishes 17.2. Minus 7.42. Worse than the 2015 sophomore collapse. Zero wins in 24 starts. His last win was Kansas, May of 2025, from the pole, leading 221 laps. 48 starts ago. 426 starts, 32 wins, 11,001 laps led, 2 championships, and still nothing at Daytona or Talladega. If you want his gear, the win shirts, the championship prints, the Hendrick pit hats, all of it is at Happy Hour, racing.com. Thanks for watching.